I bought these stones with my heart. I didn't need them. I didn't have a customer for them. But when I saw this first stone, I just thought, I have to own that.
Hey guys, welcome back to another unboxing. We have a very special guest with us today. This is Ron Ringsrud. He has 40 years of experience in the gem industry, and he wrote the definitive guide to emeralds. Make sure that you stay to the end for a chance to win a copy of this awesome book. And I understand that you brought some really cool stuff to show us.
Yes, great to be here. And the first box has something you'll love to see.
All right, let's see what we got. Ooh! We have 3 faceted emeralds. These are beautiful emeralds. The color is incredible.
Can I tell you about them?
Of course.
I've been buying and selling emeralds for 40 years. I started in 1983, right after I finished working for the Gemological Institute of America. One of them, I want to show you, it weighs 186, and it's absolute perfection in both color, cutting, and clarity. Have you ever seen in the movies where a person will take a faceted stone and he'll hold it up to the light and look at it like a real pro? Well, he's making an idiot out of himself because you never use light like this to look at a faceted stone. That's only for rough stones. But in a faceted stone, you want the light to come over your shoulder and reflect through the interior of the stone and bounce back to your eye. So right here in this room, we're getting some nice overhead light. And I would suggest just move the stone a little bit so you can see how the light behaves within the stone. This stone is actually just a wonder to see. Look at how the light and the color is coming through to you. The light path goes in the top, it bounces off the 2 sides of the pavilion and comes back out to you. This emerald is from the Cunas mine in the Lapita region of the Muzo area of emerald mines. 4 emerald mines are within just 10 kilometers of each other in Colombia, where the best emeralds in the world are found. The color of a Colombian emerald is never enhanced by heat or by other radiation or other methods. The color is always natural, always native. And what you see in terms of the color is these emeralds have less impurities of iron atoms. Even 1 iron atom per million could compromise the color of that stone. So that's why the connoisseurs are asking for Colombian emeralds.
Okay, so we've talked about emeralds from the Muzo mine on the channel, but these are not from the Muzo mine. They're from the Cunas mine, which is nearby, but can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, in the last 5 years, Cunas has really surprised the Colombian emerald dealers with its output, with its beauty, the fineness of the color. Cunas is in the Lapita region, which is right on the Minero River. Actually, rivers and streams in any region would indicate fault zones, and fault zones are where the hydrothermal fluids come up from deep below and form emeralds. So we always look for emerald mines along stream beds and rivers. Can
you tell me the carat weights of these, and then can you talk a little bit about the value of them if you were maybe to see these at a trade show?
Yes, the one that I love the most, of course, is the 1.86 carat, but this is a 2 carat stone, 203, and this other stone is 160, about 1.5 carats. And I don't even care if I sell it. In fact, I don't want to sell it for 6 more months because I enjoy owning it so much. If you do go to a trade show that would be like a Tucson show or a mineral and gem show, these would be around $8,000 to $10,000 per carat for these stones. And the price reflects the quality of the stone. If this stone, for example, was 5 carats, the rarity increases, and with rarity, the price will go up as well. That stone in a 5 carat stone would be about $18,000 or $20,000 per carat.
Oh, wow.
Just in terms of what a connoisseur would say is that this stone would be number 1 of the 3. This one would be number 2 in terms of beauty and desirability, and this one number 3. Okay, well, Sarah, I have more to show you.
I'm so excited.
The next box.
Ooh, these are not faceted. We have some crystals here.
You're right. These are emerald crystals as they form underground, and they have the classic hexagonal shape. Stones like this would make great pendants. You put on the tip of it a nice 18 karat gold cap with a little loop in it and put your chain through the loop. A lot of people wear these, even out at the mine. You'll see men wearing their rough crystal around their neck with a gold chain.
With these being from Colombia, they're all going to be pretty rich in chromium. Is that correct?
Yes. The chromium is what gives it the liveliness, and if you happen to have like one of these excellent fluorescent lamps, sometimes you might notice a red, you can see it in this one a little bit, a reddish or pink glow.
Okay, so we've lowered the light so that we can see the fluorescence a little bit better, but this is really cool. So I understand that because they're so rich in chromium is why that you're gonna be more likely to see the fluorescence in these emeralds.
That's true. It's precisely the abundance of chromium atoms that give it the green color, and the absence of iron atoms, which quench that natural fluorescence of the Colombian emerald, that gives it this reddish color under a fluorescent lamp. The more strong a light you give it, the more red it comes.
Yeah.
Look, even my ring, take a look at that.
Oh wow, that's very strong.
Wow, the closer you get, the more strong it is. I have to add, though, that vanadium is another agent that gives color to the Colombian emerald, and these emeralds have either as much or even more vanadium than they do have chromium.
Okay.
But it's chromium that gives the magic here. It's only true to Colombian stones. Brazilian and African emeralds, Pakistani emeralds, they have great color, they're beautiful, but they have a little bit too much iron to allow them to fluoresce red as the Colombian emeralds do.
So something like this that, is pretty perfect, pretty good quality. How are they mining it? And how are they getting it out of the ground? Are they going down with a hammer and chisel? Is it pretty mechanized, or?
In some cases, it's what they call artisanal mining. Just small groups of men going into a tunnel and using hammers and chisels. And if they have it, they'll use air-powered hammers to drill holes and put dynamite in. It's the way mining is done on an artisanal level in many parts of the world. But because of their nature of being fragile and delicate crystals, it's better to use the dynamite just to move the burden away. And in Colombia, once they remove enough of the black shale that they can see small white veins of calcite in the tunnel wall, then they slow down and start using hammers and chisels and air hammers to follow that white vein of calcite to find the emeralds, because very often these crystals are growing right in the calcite.
Okay.
So they follow the calcite veins, and sometimes they'll follow a calcite vein for miles because every few hundred yards it'll yield a beautiful vein of green emeralds, and that's what these miners live for.
All right, so I understand you have another box?
Well, it's a special box, and it's just for you to look at, and we might share it with the viewing audience as well.
Okay. Oh, ooh, this is beautiful. We have some jewelry. I love these emeralds because it's not a table up top.
Right.
You're seeing a point.
These are cabochons, and they're called sugarloaf cabochons.
Oh, okay.
The name originally came from Brazil because this shape is kind of like the shape of one of those big, enormous rocks in the harbor at Rio de Janeiro, and it's called pão de açúcar, and it means loaf of sugar,
Okay.
sugarloaf. And so Sugarloaf Mountain ended up being the name given to these shape of stones. This emerald here is a regular cabochon. It's just rounded rather than faceted. These, because of their transparency, it's unusual to see sugarloaf cabochons being so transparent, as well as having a lively color, a lively return of light.
Yeah, I mean, I usually think of cabochons as, being for the more opaque stones, as opposed to something that's going to be a bit more translucent.
Good point.
Is this also Colombian?
Of course, Sarah. Don't have to ask when you're talking to me. Here we are back in the range of $8,000 to $10,000 a carat again, if you see this at a trade show. Again, as the stone moves very slightly under the light, you can really see the return of light.
So I understand that this one in here is a little bit different.
Let's open it up and see something entirely different.
Oh, it's yellow.
This is a yellow sapphire that I took to Colombia with me because the yellow sapphire very often comes from Sri Lanka. But I wanted to show off the evolution of emerald and jewelry making, and the quality of jewelry making and fashioning in Colombia has come quite a long ways in the 40 years that I've been going to Colombia for emeralds. Each of the prongs on this yellow sapphire has a diamond in it.
Oh.
And it's the most amazing display of jewelry craftsmanship that you could imagine, the delicacy of putting a diamond right in the tip of every prong.
So because they have gotten better and come a long way with their jewelry making, is that going to affect the ability to get good quality rough out of the country?
I don't think so. Mainly the stones are being cut in Bogota, but some people like their own brand or style of cutting, so it'll go to Bangkok or to Europe. In India, they love to cut emeralds there. The quality of jewelry making, it just increased the exportation of fashion jewelry from Colombia, rather than just exporting 100% loose stones.
Okay. I want to talk about your book because this really is a definitive guide to emeralds. It covers a lot. It covers, history of emeralds and a lot of the scientific qualities of emeralds, the emerald market. You have some personal anecdotes in there and, poetry. So it's got everything you need for emeralds.
It was written in 2010, and after so many years of being in the emerald business, it gathered in my brain the number of misconceptions about emeralds, about color, origin, quality, many things. So I sat down and started writing, and 2 years later, I had 23 chapters about emeralds, not just Colombian emeralds, but emeralds of the world in general. So you have geology, you have the geochemistry, the history and the mining and the marketing of emeralds. And you cannot really tell the whole story without also talking about poetry, adventure, and romance. Actually, the romance chapter is in chapter 1. I feel it's so important because we're all lovers of colored stones. It has 270 color photos and illustrations. It became the reference book of emeralds now, and it has been translated into Spanish, Russian, and Chinese.
Okay, wow. So we teased you guys earlier. We are going to be doing a giveaway of one of these books, and Ron is going to sign it. Yes. And if you guys would like a chance to win, we need you to email your name, phone number, and address to info@gemstones.com. Make sure that you put book in the subject line. Unfortunately, this is open to US residents only, and if you want the full terms and conditions, go to jtv.com/giveaway rules. We will keep the giveaway open for 1 week after this video is posted. Don't worry if you don't win this, just remember to go down to the link in the description below so that you can get your own book. So I understand after quite a few years of working in the emerald industry in Colombia, you decided you wanted to give back to the area and the people that kind of gave you so much.
I got towards the middle or end of my career as a Colombian emerald dealer, and like many of us, we want to give back to the country that gave us so much of a rich, rewarding career. So I started a nonprofit called Clay Hands, and Clay Hands is a nonprofit teaching and promoting the use of alternative construction like adobe, pressed earth, and bamboo. We use this to create sustainability, gives employment in the remote areas of rural Colombia. And we've done a couple of beautiful projects.
And we're also going to put a link to that down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching, and a big thank you to you, Ron, for coming and talking to me today. Let us know down in the comments what your favorite part was, and while you're there, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you don't miss any future videos.
Thanks, bye.